The phoenix is a mythical creature that rises up from the ashes. It dies and is literally reborn in fire. And as a phoenix, you're supposed to come back stronger, smarter, and more powerful. It's an archetype that's played out in all kinds of different legends and all kinds of different media. Another example is Jon Snow, you may be familiar with from Game of Thrones. He came back from the dead, spoiler alert. Again, there's that sense of coming back stronger, having a second chance, having an opportunity to maybe accomplish what you failed to accomplish the first time around. There's something so poetic and heroic about that kind of storyline. And the third potential example in this lineup of individuals or characters or projects that have come back from the dead is Luna 2.0. It's a project that has certainly risen from the ashes. However, the question is, has it come back stronger, wiser, or more powerful? No question, it's been a rocky road, and we're going to try to make sense of some of it now. In this video, we are going to fairly dissect Luna 2.0 and assess what kind of strengths it brings to the table. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. We are a crypto investment research company. We have documented many 100x returns on coins and tokens that are top projects today, really before anyone else was even talking about them. And if you want to see our detailed process for researching such projects, then our new and improved Altcoin Buzz Access group is for you. Our plans start at $99 monthly. Be sure to click the link below for more information. Friendly reminder, whether we're talking about Terra 2.0 or any other crypto project, investing in this space, as with any other space, has corresponding risk. So please don't consider this information to be official financial or investment advice. It is not. Okay, by way of introduction, let's start by defining the term. So what exactly is Terra Luna 2.0? Well, it's the result of proposal 1623 that was put forward by Do Kwon. The so-called lunatics could vote on a few different proposals, but this was by far the most popular. You may be familiar with it. You can check out agora.terra.money for more information on its details. Over 300 million votes were cast. So we're talking about an 89 or 90% ratio here. 65.5% voted in favor, which translates to about 200 million votes. 21% abstained, 13% voted against the proposal. And the proposal had 500,000 views and 5,300 replies, which is a lot of attention and interaction. But what was Proposal 1623? Well, it proposed that there's going to be a new Luna Layer 1 chain. It's a fork from the old chain, and here's where it gets slightly confusing, but let's try to simplify it and clarify. So the old chain keeps going and is now known as Terra Classic. So as a result, they renamed the original Luna token to Luna Classic. Ticker is now LUNC. The new chain has a new coin that will continue under the name Luna, ticker LUNA. And UST will continue to live under its new name USTC on Terra Classic. The new fork does not have any UST angle to it. Now, the developer team of the original Luna will migrate along to the new chain, and many projects on Terra Classic will also migrate. They're actually going to find new living quarters on the new chain. For example, Astroport, Prism, Random Earth, Spectrum, Nebula, and many others. And the release date was pretty recently on the 28th of May, and it went hand in hand with a big airdrop of the new Luna token. Probably one of the main reasons why this proposal made it, actually, because of that airdrop. People, of course, want to try to salvage as much as they possibly can, and an airdrop likely helped them toward that end, hence the popularity. All right, but how do we really feel about Terra Luna 2.0? Well, look, it's been 5 days since the fork, but there are a lot of questions that still remain unanswered. Let's try to address some of these. Terra Luna's crash, of course, has been a hot topic and an emotional one because many people got burned. Many people. Some even lost their life savings. And whatever your perspective is, that concept of losing your life savings, that's not right. So we have a few questions here. First of all, can there be trust again in a new fork? Here's our take on this. Binance listed the Terra Luna on June 1st, and the exchange still carries a warning that Terra Luna is subject to so-called high volatility. But look, it hasn't stopped thousands of new investors from buying up Terra Luna. There is currently a circulating supply of 210 million Luna. That's according to the airdrop. And this gives Terra Luna a market cap of already $1.34 billion. Now, that's not bad, but it's still far below the $70 billion it enjoyed right before the crypto collapse. So this is actually interesting, comparing the collapse of the infamous Bernie Madoff's $60 billion investor Ponzi scheme, which happened in 2009. In that instance, he was sentenced to 150 years in prison. By comparison, Do Kwon's Terra Luna really kind of did the same thing to investors. So we ask you guys the question, could Do Kwon face something as harsh as prison time, something to the tune of 150 years? We don't think so, but it's interesting to compare and contrast because, again, this was a major catastrophe and a lot of these questions keep haunting us. For now, at least speaking for ourselves and on behalf of Altcoin Buzz, we're probably going to stay away from investing in Luna. But you guys can let us know in the comments section how you feel about these questions and what your take on them is. But of course, you guys should let us know how you feel about these questions in the comments section. Give us your take on whether you're investing and whether you feel harsher sentencing is appropriate for Do Kwon and the leadership of Terra. Question number 2. What's going to happen to Terra Luna Classic and its holders? Well, all original Luna holders really, unfortunately, drew the short straw here because in no time, the original Luna token dropped 99% in value, more than 99%. Right now, it's been proposed that the original blockchain will continue to exist, coexisting with the new chain. And we actually checked out the Explorer of Terra Classic, and we did see some activity there. All current Terra Classic holders will get a share of this airdrop. And Terra made 2 screenshots. Holders of the original Luna, now again the Luna Classic, were part of the first screenshot. And these are the pre-attack holders. If you bought Luna tokens after the attack, well, Terra took a screenshot a few days later, then you're also going to get an airdrop, albeit a smaller one. But with a supply of 1 billion Luna, the airdrop allocations are as follows. So pre-attack Luna holders are getting 35%, post-attack Luna holders 10%, pre-attack AUST holders 10%, post-attack UST holders 15%, and for the community pool 30%, which includes 10% for developers, and Luna stakers will control this. If you had less than 10,000 Luna, you're going to receive 30% at Genesis, and the remaining 70% have a 6-month cliff and a 2-year vesting period, which is good news for the small investors and retailers like you, like me. And most of the exchanges support the new Terra 2.0, which means that most people will get their airdrop. However, this is kind of a complicated event with Terra only having a small team. So keep in mind that not everybody will receive the airdrop at the same time. We see some investors already complaining, but this is kind of something that we could have anticipated, to be honest. Next question. How will Luna 2.0 perform? That really is the $1 million question, probably the $1 billion question, actually, maybe even the $60 billion question. How will Luna 2.0 perform? Well, on the 28th of May, it all started pretty hopefully at about $18.87 per token. But what do you think most people in the first airdrop wave did? Well, of course, they were selling off their brand new Luna tokens faster than it could be dropped into their wallets. So the result, unfortunately, was a 75% nosedive on the initial price. It dropped to about $4.39 within 5 hours after the release. However, it recovered to around $6 shortly afterwards. We gotta have some empathy here. We gotta understand that people were, of course, trying to recoup some of their losses, so this was a predictable move. On May 31st, it reached $11.33 again, but that didn't last long. Currently, as you can see, it's sitting in the mid $6 range. According to Terra information, the market cap is $1.3 billion, and they also claim that the current circulating supply is 210 million Luna tokens. However, in the meantime, we're looking here at the Luna Classic chart, that's LUNC, over the last 30 days. The token keeps dropping in price. It starts with 4 zeros after all. Now, it's still early days. There are some issues with the airdrops, but Terra tries to resolve all of these as soon as possible. Is it going to have an impact on the current price? Hard to say. Just like Binance, we can only give warnings to be cautious with investing in either the LUNC or LUNA token. Volatility is extremely high for both. But the new Terra Luna 2.0 token has a lot to prove. That's kind of our opinion, our perspective. It may be best to sit right now in the waiting room and see how things developed. Being wrecked one time by Terra ought to be enough. At least it is for us. That's how we feel at the moment. Question number 4, what shortcomings of Terra Classic is Luna 2.0 overcoming? Because there were a few shortcomings, serious ones, that led to Luna's fall. And in the new setup, Do Kwon tries to avoid those same mistakes. Before, we mentioned that it's maybe same but different, so let's have a look at what the differences are. Here are 2 big ones. Well, the primary and most significant change is that there is no new UST or similar token, no more algorithmic stablecoins. Incur protocol, with its 20% yield, was at the base, really, of the whole Terra Luna downfall. There was simply no way they could maintain this yield. This cost Incur $3.4 billion per year. There were way more lenders compared to borrowers. And after the crash, we see for the first time borrowers and lenders are coming closer together. Although it's kind of like mustard after the meal, it doesn't really matter anymore. But for whatever it's worth, the APY is at 16%. However, since the UST depegging, it's kind of irrelevant. At the time of this recording, the current price of USTC sits at about 3.3, let's call it 3.4 cents. That is a far cry from $1. Incur has also been very quiet on Twitter recently. There's not much to talk about anymore, I guess. One of their last tweets is how to bridge BETH to Ethereum and get just under 4% APR. The times, they are changing, as Bob Dylan already knew back in the 60s. But here's that second big change. There is no reserve wallet anymore. This has become obsolete because there's no stablecoin to back it up, which also makes Terra a fully community-owned chain. So we're at the end here of this Terra 2.0 lowdown phase. Time to wrap it up. You should by now have a better idea about what Terra Luna 2.0 is all about. We asked some hard questions, but they're worth posing. How do you guys feel about Luna 2.0? Let us know in the comments section. We also, of course, discussed the airdrop and looked into what is different in the new setup. As always, we never give financial advice, but in this instance especially, we're urging you to proceed with caution. These are extremely volatile projects. They've lost our confidence and our trust once. We are not so keen to imbue them with that trust just so quickly, not just yet, so we are holding back. Do with this information what you will, but once again, not official financial or investment advice. But look, if you guys are still watching this video, kudos. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell to receive notifications. Check out these other videos popping up to my left, to my right. Stay safe out there, members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. And as always, we hope to see you again soon in our next video. Take care.